Hello everyone. This is another one of Ronald's videos. Ronald educational videos. Now I got this shit right here, right? Because I get inspiration sometimes, divine knowledge comes to me from above. And God speaks to me and tells me, Ronald, educate the people. So one of the things I was thinking was, if a person associate with racist-minded people, if a person advocate and further racist-minded philosophies and agendas, is this motherfucker a racist? Does that make a person a racist, Robert? If they associate with racist-minded people and they advocate and promote, racist-minded philosophies and agendas.
Blacks that's racist towards other blacks. You got whites that's racist towards.
Yeah, a black can't be racist towards another black. A black can be prejudiced or biased towards another black, but he cannot be racist.
He can be racist. Like, I don't like that nigga.
No, he can't.
That's
He's prejudiced and biased towards other black, but he can't be racist. Now, this is what I'm saying, right? It goes back to what I told y'all before in one of my other videos. If
Chipotle.
A person violates civil rights, like you got police who violate civil rights, right? They violate people's civil rights. You got judges who violate people's civil rights in the courtrooms. You got police who beat people and violate their civil rights. Shoot unarmed blacks, violate civil rights. But then you got nurses and doctors that's friends with these cops. You got others with professional jobs that's friends with these niggas. That's violating people's civil rights. And they friends with them, and they stand and they believe in what these people believe in. These civil rights violators. They believe they share the same beliefs as these sick-minded motherfuckers that violate civil rights. So is this person sick? So I asked myself this, right? And I asked the general public. Now I got a question for you.
Yeah.
My question for the general public is, would you associate with somebody who is friends with pedophiles?
I said what I'm doing.
Who is friends with people that's friends with pedophiles?
Well, who doing?
Who violate civil rights?
Oh.
Who friends with people that's friends with people that violate civil rights? Or would you associate with somebody who crack down on pedophiles, who crack down on people who violate civil rights? Which one would you associate with? You could say a reasonable-minded person would say, I would not associate with somebody that violates civil rights. I would not associate with somebody who's a pedophile or somebody who's friends with pedophiles. But these people do it. They have no problems with associating with these type of people. This is why I formed a conclusion that I formed on these people. And as I said before, that's similar to me saying, I stand for upholding civil rights, but I'm friends with people that violate them. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. And the thing is, because people are comfortable in their own comfort zone,
what'd you say?
You know, with the way that shit is. Even though they say we want to change things, you don't really want to change things, because if you did, only simple shit you got to do is don't associate with people that commit them acts.
What you mean? That's wrong.
Don't associate with people that engage in that type of behavior. That's all you got to do to change shit. That's similar to what America does with rogue terrorist people. They don't associate with people, and they pass these laws and shit, and they tell people don't associate with the people who engage in this behavior, and you forbidden by law from associating with people that engage in that type of behavior. They pass laws and executive orders and shit, and you forbidden by law from engaging in from associating with people that engage in that type of behavior. Why? Because that type of behavior is deemed wrong, offensive, and contrary to the development and advancement of the United States and the world as a whole. So I believe civil rights violations, engaging in pedophilia, is wrong and contrary to the development of the United States as a whole. And I believe any reasonable-minded person would agree with me. So if you will continue to associate people that engage in these type of behaviors, you just as guilty as they is. And that's all I had to say to the motherfuckers. And they sick. So am I wrong for saying that this person is sick and forming a conclusion that I formed on this person? because this person associated with people who engage in that behavior, and this person engaged in that behavior themselves? Am I wrong for forming a conclusion that I form? When this type of behavior, a civil rights violation, is done for one reason only.
Where you get pears from?
The purpose of violating a person's civil rights is to deprive them of equal citizenship under the law in this country.
Nigga,
and majority of people who are deprived of equal citizenship are not white. They black and other minorities.
Now, when my pimp get up and she ain't got no motherfucking pears.
When you when you kicking it with somebody that's deprived of somebody equal citizenship, you saying that you cool with a nigger being beneath you. You see nothing wrong with a nigger being beneath you and obedient in this society. That's what you communicating to the public. That's what you communicating to the entire black race. That's what the fuck you communicating, period. I see nothing wrong with this person's behavior because I have nothing against a nigga being recognized as beneath me in this society and not equal to me. Now, when you stop associating with people that engage in that behavior, or you saying, or that's one thing that you saying, and when they engage in pedophilia, you saying I accept pedophilia as natural in this society, and a lot of people do. As long as he didn't put a knife to him or a gun to him and physically like force him to rape him, they believe that kids can have sex with adults in this society. They do. I've seen it in my motherfucking self, my own eye. So
that's pagan shit.
You communicating, I accept this behavior as natural. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that,
probably like 20 minutes ago.
At the fuck we going down. So to bring attention to it,
you said what?
And to force people to stop that behavior, and to force the people to rectify that behavior and those way of thinking, you stop associating with them. The same way you wouldn't associate with me openly if I was to do that shit.
But I have to clean some shit up.
Now this is the real killer part. They pick and choose who they associate with, who engage in that behavior. Like, if I was to violate a person's right, they wouldn't associate with me. If I was to engage in pedophile behavior, they wouldn't associate with me. But they associate with this person that do it. Now, why is that?
What?
Now, why is that? Why do they associate with this person who do it and not another person?
You know, you were supposed to watch.
Because they sick. Because they know they was associated with me. It's only one reason why they don't associate with certain people, and that's because they sick and racist in their head, and they say that you wrong and everything. But I'm not wrong. I'm right, and they don't want to admit that I'm right. And I just want the American people to say. So if you associate with somebody that's a pedophile, or somebody that's friends with pedophiles, somebody that engaged in civil rights and violating people's civil rights, somebody that's friends with people that violate people's civil rights, then you a sick motherfucker for associating with them. Am I wrong or right? I want the American people to ask.
I see.
Especially when you say I'm not going to associate with somebody that's cracking down on pedophiles, and that's trying to uphold and support and protect people's civil rights. So why won't you associate with a person that's following the Constitution, but you associate with somebody that's violating the Constitution? Man, come on now. Do this shit make sense?